Hey folks, Ryan here from Mista Rau's Gaming, and welcome to another lovely Tuesday evening of board gaming goodness. I am Ryan, and this is Mista Rau. And oh my goodness gracious, I am very excited for tonight as I am going to get to play one of my most anticipated games from last year. It made my video list. I made a video about the games that I did not get to play yet from 2023. And this game was one of them, mainly because I did not do anything. I did not do the crowdfunding on this game. Kind of just really kind of escaped me. I just wasn't paying attention, I guess. And then it came and went. And I missed the opportunity. And then some people started receiving their copies. And I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so awesome. I really want to play it. It made the top of my list. And now here we are. 25th Century Games picked it up and brought it into production. It has now got a wide retail release, and that game is Nova Roma from 25th Century Games, and designed by Stan Kordonskiy with art by the Miko himself. And before I get way too into things here, got to give some shout outs. There are some people populating into the chat already. We've got Alex from Meeple and the Moose saying, hey y'all. Hey Alex, how are things going? Tyler, of course, is no stranger to the chat. Hello, Tyler. And, ooh, hey, Brian. Welcome, Brian, to the stream once again. Hello, and I believe happy birthday, belated happy birthday to Brian Chandler from Colorblind Games, and also all fantastic contributors to the Talkin' Tabletop podcast that likes to come out every couple weeks. Next one's coming out next week. And let's see here. Tyler here is saying Stan is easily one of my favorite designers. Lucky that he is actually local to Wisconsin. Yeah, absolutely. I think we've talked about this before because Stan Kordonskiy's designs are no stranger to this channel. I believe he's got some designs from Daily Magic Games. That's the one I'm trying to figure out. The inside of their Valeria series, he's got some designs there. And Alex says both kids are asleep before 7:30. It's a good day. Hello. There you go. Take the small victories while you can. And of course, we're all wishing Brian happy birthday. 48 years young. Wow. You're still young, Brian. You're still young. Yeah. Updates coming up here. It's next week is going to start my busy spring session here with soccer starting next Friday. And going right into the Saturday, it's also flag football season for my oldest. And then the week following, we're back into we're soccer for both kids about 3 or 4 nights a week. So hopefully we can jostle all of that kind of stuff. Like I said, get ready for a lot of familiar things. Not a whole heck of a lot of new stuff coming in onto the channel over the next little bit, but that's okay because people love seeing Ashes Reborn. People love seeing, maybe I'm going to hop back into that Summoner Wars app and stream some of that. And maybe I might even get back into a little bit of like Marvel Champions or something along those lines. Or we just might, just do like Ashes, just more Ashes Reborn because a lot of people in the chat here, I believe, really like that. Tyler, anything. Brian just got into not Marvel Champions. Brian is into Marvel Champions, don't get me wrong, but I think just got into Ashes Reborn as well. We're all pretty active on the Tabletop Express Discord channel. Link into the description of this video if you want to come join our awesome community over there at the Tabletop Express. And what was I going to say about that? Oh, yes, coming up this next few releases from the Tabletop Express, they're doing their top 20 games of all time, and I like to happily announce that I'm also going to be part of that series. So next Tuesday, I believe next Tuesday is the 30th, yes, we will be not streaming on my channel, but I'll be streaming over on the Tabletop Express channel, and I'll be streaming my top 20 games of all time. So make sure that you note that same bad time, but not same bad channel, just bad channel adjacent over on the Tabletop Express there. And let's see what we got going on here. It says Meeple and the Moose managed to get that book sooner already a quarter of the way through. Nice. Brian Shannon saying Ashes. Tyler says, saw you also got some more Arkham Horror content. Yeah, I just posted in the Discord chat there that stopped over at the local game store here. They had my subscription of Arkham Horror and Marvel Champion stuff available, so I went and picked that up. And Tyler says, that's awesome. Please let me know what you think of it. Oh, they're talking about book recommendations. And so I picked up the latest Marvel Champions release, the Age of Apocalypse, and the latest Arkham Horror release, the Feast of Hemlock Vale. That's what, for some reason that one always seems to escape me, that title, but yeah, I did manage to pick those up. And also Gloomhaven Bugs and Buttons was also on the shelf there, so I managed to pick that up. I was actually really quite surprised in how tiny it is, and actually the price point on it seemed really, really too good to be true. So I grabbed that. I managed to grab that one. So maybe we'll dive into some Bugs and Buttons as well along the way, because yeah, so much stuff that I want to play and so little time to play it. Because also at the end of this week, coming up on Thursday night. Yep, Thursday night here, there is going to be the ToonCon. It's the local con to Saskatoon area here. We call it ToonCon, and it is kicking off on Thursday night with my meetup over at Breakout Escape Rooms. That's going to be a really, really fun event. And then, of course, ToonCon kicks off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here. So I will be participating in many of the activities throughout that weekend. So stay tuned to my social medias. You'll get to see what I've been playing over on there. Tyler says, I managed to get the base box for Arkham Horror, so need to learn that soon. It's so good. It's so good. Just be prepared. The pre-con decks for Arkham Horror are okay. You can tell the system is a little bit dated when they first released that one, because the scenarios that they give you for that very first little mini campaign they give you in that base box, the first scenario is very introductory. Second scenario is very much Arkham Horror, what you'll usually get. Third scenario kicks you right in the teeth, knocks you down, and then kicks you in the teeth some more. It's a very difficult scenario with just pre-con deck building. So be warned. That is not new information. That information you can find out there all the time. And Alex here says, my FLGS just got Bugs and Buttons in, and I'm weirdly tempted to get it. You know what? They're touting that, so it's a very small box, like everything's like playing card size, and they're advertising that it's like 20-minute missions, 20-minute scenarios, which is I'm shocked. I actually have to see this all for myself, with giving you the Gloomhaven feel. So I am very much intrigued on what it is supposed to be bringing to the table. Okay. Well, that's enough about, I think, updating us for good to know. Don't plan on going full ashes on Arkham Horror. So we'll give, yeah, I see. I've been on Arkham for almost day one. So I don't have any of the re-release stuff. A lot of my stuff was all the previous releases. So I don't have any of the revised content, but all I hear is that they just kind of revised some of the art. And they did the whole new, I bought it when it was like the LCG model, where it's like, hey, you get the little box, and then you have to buy the scenario packs to fill in the rest of the cycle. So that's the way it used to be. Now they have the new model, which is fantastic. It's the model they should have followed right from the get-go, where you get a box if you want new player cards, and you can get a box that is the actual full campaign. By all means, you do not have to get all of the player cards. You can just get campaigns, and that would be viable enough. Or if you are a person that likes to do lots of deck building and deck construction, by all means, buy the investigator boxes, which gets you all the player cards, and do some deck building around that way. I really like the model that they've decided to go through with Arkham. Okay. It's going to be a busy night here, so let's hop on over to the table, which is going to be Nova Roma. I'm going to see what we all can see and not can see on here. It looks like everything's okay. Yeah, Nova Roma by Stan Kordonskiy. This is very much a Stan Kordonskiy design. There is a lot of different things that you can do, and they're all ever so slightly interconnected. There are some pieces that you have to do this before you do that, which is what I really like. And there's like little mini puzzles that you have to solve maybe over here on your player boards. So let's go over. So in Nova Roma, we are trying to, please the emperor, be the person that has the most influence or the most prestige, I guess in this case, for building out this area of Rome. And who can do like we got some shipping and sailing. We've got some building out onto these other northern and western edges. We've got can participate in the games over here at the Hippodrome. We can recruit more people into our areas to help us out with some of our actions. We can, establish our estate a little bit more. We can do some trading. We can then hire some more people to help us augment some of our actions. I'm going to go over these actions in a little bit more detail, but those are kind of like there's 8 main actions that you're going to be taking throughout the game of Nova Roma, and they all are central to this area right here, this little matrix, this little grid of actions. Because essentially what you're going to be doing on your turns is you're going to be taking one of your workers and you're going to be placing it into this grid. And wherever you place it in this grid, and you'll be able to take the action in the column and the action in the row in either order that you want. So every turn you're going to be able to take 2 actions depending on where your pawn is. A lot of the actions you're going to hear me talk about require a certain amount of, or I'm going to refer to the power of that particular action. And the power of the action means how many of my people do I already have inside of that row or column. So let's just say if I had this setup, if I already had a guy out on the board here, and then all of a sudden I come around and I come do this one again, well, since I already have somebody in that column here, when I go to take that column action, in this case the racing action at the Hippodrome, I put it here, I have 2 people in this column. I'll get to take the power 2 action of the Hippodrome, but I only get to do a power 1 action on the sailing. And then later on, I might come again, and now this time I might actually come over to the race. I might come over here now, and now my power for the racing action is now going to be a 3. So now I can take a power 3 action on the racing, but still now only a power 1 on the, oh gosh, what do they call this one? Oh gosh, I know the names of these actions all in and out, right? This is referred to as the upgrading action. So when I'm referring to the power, it means how much presence do I actually have in those columns. Something else that's going to be able to augment your power is this senator token. This senator token is going to get placed at the beginning of a round, and he is also going to increase your power for a particular action depending on which row or column he ends up in. Okay, so that's what you do on your turn. You put it down, you find out how much power you have for each of your actions, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to take those particular actions. Now, there are 8. You can count them up here, and these were all random. These are all tiles. They were all randomly selected. They were all randomly placed into this grid. So the orientation of these actions are going to be different from game to game, and so therefore the combinations that you get are going to be a little bit different game to game. So let's go over some of the actions over here. So where should I start? Let's go with some of the more basic actions. Like let's do the trade action here. And I've got a little graphic that can come up here. This is from the back of the rule book here. And the trade action, and these are the icons that you would see on the side of the trade action. So you will gain coins equal to your power. Then you'll actually be able to, you have cards in your hand, those people cards, you'll end up having a card, but then you'll actually be able to discard 2 cards for a coin, and you can do that as many times as you want. And then finally, you'll be able to actually spend coins to increase the number of resources you have. And the number of resources you have, that is tracked over here on my player board. And I got a slightly more zoomed in camera for my player board here. There it is. And yes, we're referring to these resources. We start with one of each at the beginning of the game, but part of that trade action is I can trade in coins to gain more resources. And that is the trade action. Tyler here says, sounds like a Stan game with so many different things to do, i.e. endless. Do you know what? This does have a slight endless winter feeling to it. Just on that, what you said, over that so many different things that we can possibly be able to do. The next one here, let's do the recruit action. The recruit action is actually a fairly straightforward one as well. You get to draw cards into your hand equal to whatever your power is. And we have 4 that are available down here at the beginning, or you can draw off the top of the deck if you wanted to. And then depending on what your power is for that action, it depends on how many coins you have to spend to play down a card. If you only have a power 1, it's going to cost you 2 coins to play 1 card. If you have a power 2, you can pay only 1 coin to play down a card. Or you have 3 power, you can play down your card for free. And then finally, if you have more than 6 follower cards in your hand, you have to discard down to 6. And these cards are very, very awesome. They provide you with so many different types of opportunities. These are the 2 that I start off with my hand. They've been randomly dealt to me. We have one here that is in the top corner there. You can see it's a once per turn. Every time that I take that particular action, which I believe is referred to as the petition action, I would actually gain an influence. I haven't talked about influence yet, but that's this little track right here on my player board. Or I got the horse breeder here, which is at the end of the game, he's worth 1 point plus an extra point for every horse resource that I have at the end of the game. And then there's so many other ones over here. There is the ongoing, this one's an ongoing one, which is every time that you do the build action, you get a coin. Then this one looks like an end of game, 1 point for every 2 steps you've made on the racing tracks. Once per turn, every time you take the trade action, also get a stone. Once per turn, every time you take the trade action, get a horse. He would actually probably combo a little bit well with this one. Notice that they have the same picture, which means they're kind of linked overall. Okay, so that was the recruit action. The next one I'm going to kind of cover is going to be the produce. I'm going to do the produce. I don't know. Wait, not the produce. Let's do the upgrade action. Let's do the upgrade action. Where is upgrade? There it is. I can come down and I can do, whenever I do the upgrade action, I'm going to gain influence on my player board equal to whatever my power is. Then I could spend wine as a resource, because wine not, to increase your influence for every wine that you spend. And then you get to select one of these tiles down here along the bottom here. You get to pick one of these tiles and you get to put it onto your estate board. And your estate board is this one over. I'm going to do a little bit of zoom in here. The estate board is right here. So I'd actually be able to take one of these tiles over here and I'd actually be able to put it in one of these particular spots. The first 2 in here in this lineup don't cost you anything. These 2 in the lineup cost you a coin each. Or you can spend a wine and take one of these very illustrious, kind of like super tiles here. There's only one available per round, and you would actually be able to put that onto your board so that it triggers a much more powerful action later on. Then that is the, what do I call that one again? I can never remember the name. That's called the upgrade action. I don't know why I can't remember that one. After the upgrade action here, we can talk about then the produce action. And the produce action is right here. Has a big wall of text on it, but it's actually not that complicated. Whatever your power level is, you can either gain more of these kind of like more generic workers over here, these gray ones. You can grab more of these generic workers. They're going to cost you 1 food each. Or I can take my generic worker here and I can actually put him onto my estate board. And if I go and I put him onto my estate board here, I will get the resources in the cross section of where I put him. So if I put him here, I would actually get a wood and a wine. if there was one of these tiles in that spot, I could actually put my guy then on one of those tiles, and not only would I get the cross-section resources, I would also get the resources of that tile as well. So that is what they refer to. What do they call that one again? Oh my gosh. Produce. That's the produce action. I'm horrible with these action names. I don't know why. We start the game with one of these gray kind of like generic workers. Okay, let's move on over to the hippodrome, and that is the racing action. And so far, you would notice that there's a kind of like a track here. You would be able to advance your hippodrome tokens a number of spaces equal to whatever your power is. And yeah, so you'll be able, and then you can actually spend these generic workers again. You can be able to spend them to advance an extra space on any one of those. And the reason why you would want to do those is because whoever's furthest along these lines, every round, there's going to be a token represented here, and it's going to represent one of the tracks. If you are the farthest along one of those tracks, you are going to earn those victory points. And as well, there is some victory points if you manage to get down to the very end of the tracks by the end of the game. And yeah, and then there's some special spaces along here that allow you to gain some tokens or some influence, and I'll explain what these tokens do in a very little bit. Essentially, you just want to be farthest along these ones so you can claim some extra victory points throughout the game at the end of every round. Actually, let's reveal what the first one is in the first round here. It is this kind of like this blue sunshine track, and in the solo game, we have some ones that are blocking us, or not necessarily blocking us, but we're competing with. They already got a kind of a head start. And whenever one of these tokens gets flipped over, you advance that token one extra space. There are some lines across here that you'll have to spend horse resources in order to cross those lines. So hopefully we can manage to get those. And finally, there's 3 more actions. We haven't talked about the top part yet. So let's start talking about the top board here. Let's talk about the sailing action. The sailing action is we have to complete a sailing contract, which are those cards way up there at the top of the board here. You can only complete a contract based on what your power level is. So power level 1, you're quite limited, but power 2 opens up a little bit more, and power 3 opens up even a little bit more after that. So you have to complete a contract. If you do complete a contract, then you can move your boat tokens equal to the number of power you are taking for that action. And you can kind of see how much power it actually takes to move from one space to the next. And you can kind of almost see here too that there are some spaces where you actually have to advance. Have to have 2 power in order to advance those spaces. And essentially it's also a race to kind of get to. There's some big victory points up at the top there. 14, 12, and 10 are up at the very top there. So we're kind of racing against these guys, because in the solo mode, these boats are going to advance 1 space every round. To kind of race towards those illustrious victory points. Then the next one after that one is the building action, and works very much the same way. You have to complete a contract up at the top there, and it's going to tell you what resources you need. Once again, based on the power level, depends on which contracts you're allowed to fulfill. But whichever contract you fulfill, they have certain requirements. They have squares on them, and that is the pattern that you are allowed to build. You can take some of your cubes and place them into one of the regions, and then this ends up becoming a little bit of an area majority game, as well as whoever has the most presence, second most, third most in each of the regions is going to score some points. There are some bonuses along the way if we are able to surround those particular resources. Once the resource is surrounded, then we get to claim those resources. And yeah, and the region that you get to build in depends on the power of your action. Once again, at the bottom there, power 1, you only get to build in the very first section. Power 2, you get to build in either or, and power 3, you can build in any one of the 3 sections. And finally, there's the 8th action, and this is why I saved this one for last, is because the 8th action is kind of a wild card action, and that is referred to as the petition action. First off, if you have some influence, you can spend it. You can spend 2 influence to claim the first player marker. That's not going to come into play during the solo game because you're always considered the first player in the solo game. But what it also can do, whatever the power is, you can spend influence. As long as I can say that I am taking a 2 power action, I could spend 2 influence to take a 2 power any other action that's on the board. So it's kind of like the one that if you got blocked out of one of your actions that you really, really wanted to take, well, you can take the petition action to try to get that one to take that out. So that's the petition action. Now, that's almost everything that we've done throughout the game. The last thing that I've talked to, if that is not enough to take into consideration, well, you have a little mini game going on over here on your player board. As I kind of call it the tic-tac-toe game, where you have these kind of like these hand tokens here. I can't remember exactly what they call them, but you have these little goals along in your board here. And if you meet these goals throughout the course of the game, you can put your hand tokens on them. And depending on which row you put these hand tokens are, they're going to be worth victory points at the end of the game. Each of these goals in the top row are worth 2 points each, 3 points each for the middle row, and 5 points each for the bottom row. They kind of increase in difficulty to do. And then you also get bonuses if you can complete full lines horizontally or vertically or even diagonally. You start off the game with 4 of these tokens, but on the Hippodrome here, you have an opportunity to earn up to 3 more of those tokens to put onto this board here. In the solo game, we are definitely going to want to fill in as much of this as possible because our opponent is actually going to score points based on the ones that we do not fill in. So at minimum, I'm going to probably try to work my way towards the bottom row here, which fortunately enough are some goals that I do really want to achieve, like advancing on the Hypnodrome 10 times throughout the game, completing 6 shipping contracts, and completing 6 building contracts. All great things in order to score us some victory points over the course of the game. So I think that's where we're going to do a lot of our focusing. And then, of course, there's some other things that we can do along here as well, and we'll try to keep those in mind for the purposes of the game. Okay, now I think I've done everything that there is for... I think that's everything. I think. If anything, the little things, the little edge cases, they're going to come up over the course of the game. All right, folks. Whew. Are we ready? I think I'm ready. If you're ready, then I'm ready. I believe the Nerd Shelves YouTube channel just did a playthrough of this on the weekend. They did a 2-player playthrough, and I thought that was really great timing because I had planned that I was going to be doing this on tonight as well. So I managed to watch theirs. They did a fantastic job. Definitely check them out as well. They did a fantastic job teaching this game and playing through it. It was a really awesome, always high quality, high entertainment. Love those two. And Tyler says, yes, they did. I still have to get back to time to watch it back. It's really good. Very informative. And also always very entertaining. Michael and Judy, they're super entertaining folks. Super awesome. Nice Canadians. Okay. Let's get going. So the very first thing we need to do in our first round here is we need to place this Emperor token somewhere on the board. And so I'm going to flip over this very first token here, and it's going to depict a couple spots. It's going to depict, and I have to put the Emperor in one of those, the Senator in one of those spots. And I think the spot that I'm going to put him in is this spot right there. So it blocks a spot, but it does increase the power of that row and that column already. That's just going to get discarded for just right now. And before we take our first turn, we have to block some spots. So this is where the solo game really kind of gets going here, is because they have these Legionnaire tokens, and over the course of the round, more and more of these spots are going to be filled in by these Legionnaires. So we're going to flip over this token here, and we are going to block these two particular spaces. So we're going to block, looks like the top one over here, and it looks like we're going to block this one right there. So automatically, those are spots that I cannot go. Now I can go ahead, and I'm going to take my first turn of the game. Well, I surely did not like where they already went. So I am going to go ahead, and I am going to do what I need to do right off the bat here, and that is I'm going to get in on the Hippodrome like I wanted to, and on the sailing actions as well. So I'm going to take the Chariot, the racing action, at a power of 1. I only have 1 in this column. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to advance on, I guess I need to know what one is coming up. That's always important information, which one's coming up as well. So I will, you know what? I think I will just advance once on the Sunshine track there. Now, if I wanted to, I could also spend an extra, I can spend one of my gray workers to advance 1 extra spot. And you know what? Why not? I'm going to spend them, and I am going to advance once more on that particular track. Just really trying to catch up there. And now I'm going to take my sailing action at a power of 2 because the Senator token is in this area. So 1, 2. So I'm going to take the sailing action at power 2, which means I can claim one of those, I have to claim one of those. And you know what? The cheaper the contracts, the better. So I will spend just 1 food, and I will take that shipping contract. Wow. And I will put it on my player board underneath. So I have 1 shipping contract, going towards some of my goals over here. I have 1 shipping contract, and now I can actually move my boats. I have a power of 2 in order to do things. And so you know what? I am going to just I'm going to split up my movement. I'm going to go 1 and get myself a coin. And I am going to go, then I'm going to go 2 and get myself an influence as well. And that is the shipping action. At the end of the turn, these are going to refill just like that. I guess these cards are definitely not in play yet. I have to put them into play. Okay. Well, there we go. There's my first turn of the game. I took my Chariot action and I took my sailing action. Now the board is going to get even more full here. So we're going to flip this over, and we are going to fill in. It looks like we are going to fill in this spot, and we are going to fill in this spot right here. Okay. Well. I am thinking, dang, I could actually, I could pull off some mad, but do I have the resources? I kind of do have the resources to, I was thinking, while it's available, I should really take a shipping power 3 action. That would be amazing. I would be depleting my resources, so let's make sure that I can do whatever else I want. Because if I put here, then I could also do a building action, but do I have enough resources to do the building action as well? You know what? Maybe I might. Or I can come here and no. I could come here and still do my Chariot at a power 2 action and do the, I can actually get some more. Oh, wait, but I can't get any more guys because I have no food. Well, here comes the puzzle of the game here. Well, maybe I could do this action. I can do the trade action, but then I can't do, oh dear, I could actually do that one. Oh, I could do the petition action at a power of 2, and I have the 2 influence to do something. Oh, that's actually pretty juicy to do as well. So actually, let's do that. Because I do have some coins. Okay, yeah, I am going to do it. I am going to do this one right here. And there we go. So I can take the trade action at a power of 1. So I'm going to get 1 coin. So I'll get 1 coin. I can discard cards out of my hand for 2 cards for 1 coin. I kind of like my cards. Probably, I could have actually, should have tried to get it down before I did this. You know what? Actually, you know what? I'm going to, it's not going to change much. I'm just going to move it over here. I'm actually just going to go right here. I'm still doing my trade action at a power of 1. I am not going to discard any cards. I am going to spend some coins, though, to get some resources. I'll spend 1 coin to get myself a food again. I'm going to spend another coin to grab myself some, what do I need here? Maybe I'm going to grab some wood. I'll spend another coin, and I'm going to grab myself some... Let's grab some. Oh, I'm going to be grabbing. Maybe I'll grab another horse head. Maybe that's going to be good enough for me today. And now I'm going to take the recruit action here, and it's a power of 1. So I will get to grab one of these cards. And you know what? I think the one that I am going to go with is. I'm actually going to grab Princeps. 1 point for every 2 bumps on the Hypnodome track. So right now, if I got him down, since I've moved 2 spaces, I actually would get 1 victory point. And now I can actually, since it's a power 1, I can spend 2 coins, which is exactly how much I kept back, to put down a card into the run. And you know what? The first one that I'm actually going to put down is I'm going to put down my Oracle. Every time that I do the petition action, I am going to get a influence. And I don't have 6 cards in my hand, so we are done. So that action is done. We will refill it. And finally, we're going to do the last time where we're going to block some spots here. We are going to block the far edge here, and we are going to block this spot down here. Okay, and now I get to put down my final guy, and this one is I was either going to do the building and sailing or chariots and people. You know what? No, I think I'm gonna do building and sailing. The sailing is really good in the solo game. You definitely want to get ahead of these boats on it. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to do a building action with a power of 1 and a sailing action with a power of 3. Okay, so let's do the building action power of 1. That's kind of what I was kind of actually looking for here. And the one that I'm going to look for here is I am going to take this card. I'm going to spend a wood. And then one of my choosings, I will choose... maybe you know what? I'm going to choose a wood again. So I'm going to spend 2. And now in this configuration of just 2 cubes beside each other, I get to put them down. Since it's a power 1 action, I am going to put them down on the A area, and I'm just going to put them. I'm going to put them right there. And then these, it's going to be worth 2 victory points for me at the end of the game, and it also contributes to my contracts. And actually, as I look at this now, I have actually completed one of my objectives in the top corner here. Oh no, wait, yeah, I completed this a while ago. I have a shipping contract and I have a character played. So actually, I could put this down here. That's going to be worth 2 victory points at the end of the game, and it also works my way towards either doing this column or this row. But I do not have to do that right now. I do not have to commit to that particular one. So you know what? I might actually just save that for right now. I do not have to commit to those right now. Can maybe try to commit to them as whatever I want at any time in the game. All right. Oh, and we got to refill the building contracts. And that's the end. That's actually the end of our very first round. So now we're going to do a little bit of cleanup here. There is some cleanups that do need to take place. First off, we are going to take a look at the Hippodrome track, which we did not manage to get. You know what? I probably should have. I could have actually gotten ahead of them, but you know what? That's fine and dandy. Let's play the long game. We did not get ahead of them on this particular track, so they will actually claim themselves. I'll just put this up here. The Automa will claim themselves 3 victory points at the end of the game. And now we are going to bring out this token, and that means they are going to advance themselves once on that track. Oh, and that's going to be the one that we should probably focus on for the game. We are now going to discard this leftmost card, and these other ones are going to shift over. We now also in a solo game, and we also need to clean up our tiles over here. These leftmost tiles are going to go get discarded, and they will kind of shift over. We'll bring in another one and another one here. And in a solo game only, the leftmost contracts are actually going to get fulfilled by the Automa. So this card right here, that's going to actually be worth points for them at the end of the game. So we'll put that over there for them. Those will slide down, and we'll bring in another one. We are also going to dig the leftmost shipping contract, and then that means each of their boats will actually advance 1 space each. And refill. Okay, and then we get our people back, and all the Legionnaires will now come back as well. I like making little stacks of 2s. And we will now figure out where is the Senator going to go for this next round. And he is going to go either down here or up over here. Interesting. If I come down here, that bumps up the chariot racing. So I think I'm gonna put the Senator token right there. And we are now going to block off a couple spots, where we are going to block off one of the chariot spots and this top corner spot right there. Okay, now what do I want to do with my turn? Gee, okay. Oh boy. Do we get the chariot races going, along with maybe getting some of those gray workers? I think if we can, we should take it. So I am going to come here. I will take a chariot action at a power of 2. I'm gonna get competitive here. I'm gonna go 1, 2. I do not have a gray worker to increase that power, so I'm not going to do that part. So there is the chariot action, and then I can take the what do they call it? The produce action. I don't have a gray worker, so you know what? I'm going to spend a food and grab myself a gray worker. I only had a power of 1, so I can only do 1 action in this area. I could split up the power if I needed to do other things. Like if I had a power of 2, I could recruit 1, and then I could place them onto my board. But I do want some of those gray workers in the end. Okay, those are my spots. Let's take a look at where they're going to block off next. Looks like they're going to block off here and up here. Okay, still kind of staying away. That is good for me, because I think then I am going to, you know what? I think I'm going to try to I'm going to overtake them here. I have the 2 horse heads. I am going to go here for the chariot racing. I am going to come there. I'm going to do the chariot races. I am going to go 3 spots. Yeah, I got a power of 3 on my chariot racing. So I am going to go 1, 2. I have to spend a horse head to cross that line. And I crossed one of my thresholds here, so I can either take another hand token or I could take an influence. Do you know what? I'm going to take my hand token. And do you know what? I do want to kind of stay on that track. Do you know what? I think I'm going to spend my other 3. I'm going to spend my last horse head here. I'm going to grab myself another hand token, just so that I can start filling in those. Okay, so there's my chariot action at a power of 3. And then I also get to take the trade action at a power of 1. So I'm going to get 1 coin. I can discard 2 cards out of my hand, which I am not going to. And then I could spend coins to get some of my resources back. Oh, that is juicy. I should probably do that. I am going to go with... Oh, you know what? I'm actually taking a look at I'm looking at the building actions, and they require coins. I probably am not going to spend my coin this time around. Dang, okay. All right, let's see what the last one that they're going to take over, and they are going to take over this spot, and they are going to take over this spot. Now, this is interesting because I'm already here and blocking that spot on them. Every time that they are not able to place down a guy, they actually gain themselves a victory point. And in the solo game, they start with 20 victory points. So now they are at 21 victory points because they were not able to place their guy there. Oh, shucks. Hey, and you know what? I think my last one, I kind of did want to get in on this. So I think I am going to... Oh, let's go down here. Just because I want to take advantage of this power action. Or, you know what? They're going to start gaining on me in that sailing action. I better focus on that sailing action. Or even the building action. Oh, there's so many actions to do. Oh, there are so many actions to do here. Let's take a look. You know what? I think I am going to... No, I don't have enough money to recruit. Because I need 2 coins. And I don't have the 2 coins. So let's go with... I'll put a guy here. So I'm going to take the upgrade action at a power of 2. So I'm going to get 2 influence. I could spend a wine to get an extra. You know what? I got enough influence, okay. But I think I am going to take one of these tokens. And I think the token that I am going to take is... I should spend the wine, maybe. Or do you know what? There's a little select collecting game here of these animal tokens down on my little on our player board down here in this top bottom corner here. However many paw icons you can get depends on how many victory points. The maximum, if you get 3 paw icons, you get a 9 victory points type thing. So I could take one of those, but then it also blocks me. I can't go on that spot. This one seems really good because this one says that I could actually play a card for free. That would actually be really nice. Really try augmenting my actions because I haven't really done that yet. So let's maybe take... That's going to cost me a wine, though. What else am I spending wine on, though? I'm not really spending wine on anything else. The wine really increases you on that, and nothing else. I get... I spend wine up on the contracts up there. You know what? I'm going to spend the wine here. I'm kind of running out of resources here. And I'm going to take this token, and I am going to put it... I am actually going to put it right down here in the bottom corner of my player board. Okay. And that is the end of the second. Oh my gosh, we're already 2 rounds down. 2 rounds down, and we are flying, and I feel like I am so far behind. Have I done any of my achievements yet? I think pretty sure I actually have. Let's take a look here. Just because I do want to claim some of these achievement here's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've already advanced 7 spaces on the Hippodrome track. I just need to advance 3 more spaces. I can actually claim this one down here. I haven't went 3 on 2 difference yet. I haven't moved on that one yet. I do have 4 influence, and I could spend 2 to put this thing down here. I only have 1 of these, so I do have that. You know what? I should probably actually do that. Okay, I am going to actually maybe claim that one because I do have a card and I do have this. This one says I just need a combination of 5 either tiles and cards in play. And this one says I need a combination of 5. Actually, I should be focusing in on again. This one here says I need 5 of combination of the sailing and building contracts. I should really be focusing more on those, I think. Well, I got 3 more rounds. I do have 3 more rounds to do this. So let's try it out. Okay, so I am going to put that one down. And you know what? I think I will also... Do I dare claim that one right now? Because then I can only claim 4 more afterwards. Aye. Let's wait. I'll wait on some more. Okay. So let's do some of the end of round cleanup. I am the clear majority on the Hippodrome track, so I will claim those points for the end of the game. Thank you very much. The next one's going to come out. It's the same track, so he's going to get another bump, but I am already ahead of him, so I don't really need to do that. Oh, but the one coming up is going to be the white track next. So we'll keep in mind on that one. Next thing we're going to have to do is we will discard the leftmost card. And so those ones will come out. We'll get another one. We will discard this one tile. These ones are going to shift on over. This one's going to come out. This next one's going to come out. Ooh, that's a nice one. 4 coins. Very nice. And then we are also going to give them their contracts for the round for shipping and building. Gets that one. And that one. And the boats advance 1 each. There we go. And we get back our people. And make my nice little stacks of 2s of the Legionnaires. And we have ran out of the tiles, so we are going to take these 2, the stack of 8 tiles here, and we're just going to give it a quick little, whoop, oh boy, shuffle-a-rooney. And kind of give it a nice little random stack again. And there we go. Okay. And we've got the stack. And we are ready to go where we are going to put the senator. Okay. Either down here or up here. So increasing the power of the trade action or increasing the power of the building action. Increasing the power of the building action is very nice. Oh, I am not getting very many resources. So maybe let's do this. I am actually going to put it there this time around. And then the first 2 spots that are going to get blocked are the down here and up here. I think that works. Okay. So where am I going to go with mine? Well, the trade action is probably definitely something that I'm going to need to get going here. I do need resources, and I do need to get going in on the buildings and on the shippings, because my gosh. And they line up too. They line up here, the shipping and the buildings, but I do need the resources, though. I do not have very many resources. So let's go here. I am actually going to... Ooh, gosh. Oh, gosh. What should I do? What should I do? I am thinking... Oh, shipping at power 1 is not the greatest here. Let's do a trade action, though. Let's do a trade and... Oh, maybe and a recruit? Yeah, let's do a trade and a recruit. Okay, so I'm going to do the trade action at a power of 2. So I'm going to get 2 coins. That's much better. I can discard cards out of my hand, which I am not. I'm not going to discard 2 cards out of my hand. I am then going to gain some resources, which is what I kind of need to do. I do need at least 1 more resource. Oh gosh. Yeah, okay. So I am going to grab myself another wood or a stone. Oh gosh. Or a horse. I do need a horse as well. Let's grab myself a horse here. And then I think that's all I'm going to buy, because then I'm going to do the recruit action at a power of 1. I do get to draw a card. And you know what? I am going to draw a card for... I'm actually going to draw this missionary here. Mercenary. I'm going to draw the mercenary into my hand. And then we'll refill it. And then I get to spend, I only have a power of 1, so I can spend 2 coins. I can spend 2 coins to put somebody down. And I think the person that I am going to put down here, I'll spend 2 coins, and I will put down the, oh, actually, maybe I can save this for later in the round, because maybe I might actually be able to take this action at a much more powerful. I maybe take this more powerful action and spend less coins on it. Maybe I might try that. Okay, I'm actually going to save that. Okay, let's see what's going to happen next. There in the corner. So here and in the corner. Okay. Well, let's see what's going to happen now, because maybe I should take that trade action again. I do have a couple cards here that I don't really need. And then do a chariot action. But then I'm not taking the sailing or the building actions. This is the problem here. This is the problem that I'm kind of facing. Let's go with... Oh, sailing and recruiting? No, let's go building or patrician and sailing. That might actually... Oh, I don't have the resources for the sailing. Well, darn it. Let's do trade and building. Let's try this. Okay, so I'm going to trade at a power of 3 this time around. So that gets me 3 coins. Nice. Gets me 3 coins. I can discard 2 cards out of my hand. And you know what? I think I am going to discard these 2. I'm going to discard these 2 cards out of my hand to grab myself another coin. And now I can buy I can do a bunch of resources here. And I'm really trying to take, like, what do I need to do for my buildings? Well, I'm going to spend a coin. I'm going to grab a wood. I will spend a coin to grab another horse, just because I might cross this threshold at some point in time here. Let's spend another coin and grab ourselves some wheat. Actually, you know what? Let's spend another coin and grab ourselves some wine, so we actually have at least 1 of every resource. That sounds pretty good. And now I am actually going to now take the building action at a power of 1. And so I'll spend a wood and a coin to grab this one right here. And that is another 2 cubes that I am actually going to place right here because I can only build in the first region. And now that tile is actually completely that tile is completely surrounded. So I'm actually gonna, and I'm the only one around it, so I get to take 2 coins from the bank. I'm gonna put that underneath my building contracts. Okay, that works for me. And that is my actions. I took the power 3 trade action and I took the power 1 building action. Let's see what gets blocked off this time around. Looks like there and there this time. So right there and right down here. So that actually works pretty well for us. Kinda. Kinda works for us. Let's go with, I could take a petition action, a power 2, and then therefore a sailing action, a power 1. Not the greatest. Let's try and, oh gosh. Oh, I can do it. Oh, I didn't. Whoop, I need to do this again. Okay. Oh, I could do another building action. And I could do this action. Ooh, wait, that actually might work for me. Sure, actually, let's do it that way. I'm actually going to try this. This game's all about trying. I am absolutely terrible at this game. I'm going to put this one in here. So I am actually going to take a produce action at a power of 1. And I can do it. Do you know what? And I'm not going to hire myself a guy, but rather I'm going to send my guy out onto the board here. And where I'm going to send him is actually to this spot right here, which I'm going to cover up that spot. It's a one-time only where I get to play a card out of my hand for free. And the card that I have in my hand here is this one where it gives me a point for every 2 bumps on a hippodrome. I am also going to grab myself another horse head, and I'm going to grab myself another wheat. Now I'm actually going to take my build action at a power of 2. Yeah, I can take my build action at a power of 2. And I am going to, well, that's either spend because I don't have any wood, so I either spend a stone and a coin, or I guess a stone and a coin. So grab that one. We'll spend my stone. We'll spend a coin. I get to put out 2 things out on the board, but since it's a power 2 build, I can actually build out into here now, which is what I think is what I will try to do. And I'm actually just going to go up here just like this. Yep, I'm going to try it like that. And then this is another building contract. So there we go, kind of working my way around that side. And that is the end of my action there. So these are going to kind of flip on over. It's going to go down like that. And oh gosh, that's the end of round 3. That is the end of round 3. Dear Lord. Let's Okay. Let's do the cleanup, because I feel like I am not doing very well, is how I am feeling currently. And these get discarded. Coming down. There is so much to do in this game and so little time to do it. Oh, 2 bumps on the hippodrome. Nice. Got those down, got all that refreshed. I am on the lead on this track, so I will get those points once again. And then in this next round, that is, so they get a bump up on that one. Oh gosh, so it's going to be that white track again. Alrighty, so then, oh right, and they got to get their contracts. That one. on. Oh dear. They are already one space away each from claiming some very big victory points on that shipping track. Oh dear. And yeah, so then we get our guys back. Oh, and this is really cool too about this track too. Since I put this guy, he actually comes back to my board so I can spend him later. And then they're going to give him their Legionnaires. And I think away we go. Okay, what am I going to do here? What do I need to focus on? I need to focus on a lot of things because they are going to get a lot. I mean a lot of points, and I am not going to be anywhere near them. Ah, my gosh. Let's just go ahead and get crushed. Okay, round 4. Where am I going to put the guy? Oh, yeah, I can actually put him in the builders column so I get some more flexibility. Oh, and I also get to put him in the produce action area. So that's even much, you know what, that I can live with that. I can work with that. All depends on where we're going to get blocked. Like up here. And it looks like right here. Yep. Okay. Well, let's do some building and shipping. No, I don't have the resources to do any building. Yikes. Yikes. Let's do this one right here. Hippodrome at a power of 1. And I think the one that I am going to do is going to be to start getting up on this track here. So that's a Hippodrome power 1. I am not going to spend my gray guy because now I get to take the produce action at a power of 2. So I am going to spend 1 wheat to grab myself a second worker. And the other power, I am actually going to put my 1 worker, and I'm going to put him on the board to grab myself some stone and coin. No. Yeah, actually, that might actually work. Stone and coin or wood and coin. Wish I could get stone. I wish I could get stone and wood. Let's grab stone and another coin. Let's try it that way. And yep, that was my produce action. Let's block off some more spots. We are going to block off, looks like right here and in the top corner. So then let's do some building and sailing. I think I got enough resources to do these. Yeah, I do have enough resources to do these. Unfortunately, I'm only doing a sailing at a power of 1. That is icky. But let's see what we can do here. I am going to do this. I am going to do my building action at a power of 2. And my building action at a power of 2 says that I am going to grab. Oh, I don't have the wood. I wish I could grab that one right there, but I don't have the wood to do it. Maybe could I do the sailing? No, I can't do the sailing action to get any extra resources. Dang it. Maybe I don't want to put my guy there. Maybe that's not where I want to be going. Chariots and trade. Yeah, trade could actually get me some extra goods. I'm guessing, or even I've been totally ignoring my doing the petition action. That's what I should be doing, or maybe even the this is bogus. Let's try. Let's try going here. I'll do the produce action at a power of produce action at a power of 3, which means I get to, I'm going to spend 1, get a guy. And then 2, I'll put a guy on, which will be to grab, I guess, you know what? I'm going to grab wood and wine. Wood and wine. And then I'm going to take my other guy as well, and let's grab, you know what? Let's grab wheat and, you know what? Wheat and a coin. Sure. And then I'm going to do the petition action at a power of 1. So I'll spend 1 influence, and I'll take any action that I want at a power of 1. And you know what? The action that I will take at a power of 1 will be to... Oh, I should have probably done this backwards. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you know what? I should have done the petition action first at a power 1 because I did see something. So do you know what? I might back this up. I'm going to put back the wheat and put back the coin and put back the wood and put back the wine and put back the guy. Put back the guy and the wheat because I am going to do the petition action first. Power of 1, so I've already spent it. I'm actually going to do the upgrade action. So I'm going to get my influence back. I will spend a wine to grab another influence. I will then grab no, I'm not going to grab that extra influence, but I am going to spend the wine to grab this tile. And I'll put it in the middle of my board right there. There we go. Now I'm going to do the produce action at a power of 3. So 1 power is to recruit a guy. Second power is I will put the guy on here to grab myself a wood, a wine, and 2 bumps on the hippodrome, which will go 1, 2, and grab myself my last hand seal. And I believe now that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bumps up on the hippodrome track, so I can claim that. And, oh gosh, and then I still have my third power to do. And I'm going to go up here, grab that wheat again, and a coin. Oh, phew. Phew, phew, phew. Got it. Got it. Oh, the order of operations in this game. So delicate. So very, very delicate. Oh, and I crossed that line. I should have spent a horse head too. There we go. Okay. Now, let's block off some spots, which are going to be this top chariot spot and this sailing spot right there. Okay, last action of this round. Building at a power of 2 and a sailing at a power of 1. I can do that. Yeah, we could do that. I think we should do that just to stay competitive. Chariots at a power of 2 is also pretty darn good to kind of maybe solidify ourselves on this track. Also, let's take a look at some of those. Let's take a look at some of my other goals here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh gosh. Oh, I have went 3 on at least 2 different things as well. Yeah. Oh, and then I could also maybe do this one. I have 4 influence. I could then spend 2 of it to complete that one, and that completes me a column, which immediately gets me an influence, a coin, and then also it's going to also get me 2 victory points. And these ones I always forget about, so I'm going to take those right now. Take my 2 victory points right now. All right. Oh, I also have that one up there. But I do want to kind of work my way towards these ones. Make sure I try to get some of these ones as well. At least one of these ones. I'm almost there on the buildings. Okay, last one for this round. Oh my gosh. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Let's do the... You know what? I can actually do it this way. I think this might work. Yeah, this actually might work here. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to do the trade action at a power of 1, so I get 1 coin. I can discard cards. I don't have any cards in hand. And I can buy myself some resources, so that is going to be good. I will buy myself some more. Got 2 horses. You know what? I'm going to buy myself 1 wheat and 1 wine. And I'll buy myself some... Buy myself... So I just buy myself some more stone and wood as well. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to buy myself I'm going to have 2 of every resource. Let's keep things balanced. Let's keep things nice and balanced. So there's my trade action. And now I'm going to do my petition action. You know what? And I don't think that I've been doing this. I'm going to take my petition action, and I am actually going to get myself my free resource influence. And I'm going to take that petition action at a power of 2. So I'm going to spend 2 influence, and let's take a shipping action at a power of 2. I think that should work. Yeah, I think I should take at least a shipping action at a power of 2. So therefore, let's do the 1 wheat, 1 wine contract. And we got a power of 2. So that means I should start... Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. I'm actually going to go 1, 2. I'm going to start bumping myself up. Lots of fun. So I went to this spot, so I'm going to score 3 victory points at the end of the game. And here I get 2 resources of my choice. I'm going to take 1 of each of those again. Okay. That is going to be that action. Ugh. And now I have 5 combination of shipping contracts and these. So I'm going to claim this one right here, which is a diagonal. So I'm going to get another influence. I'm going to get another coin. And that is another 2 victory points that I like to take at this stage. All right. Oh my goodness. 2, 3, 4. I need at least another. I need another card out or another tile, and then I can claim this one right here as well, and then I'll claim completely another complete row. Oh boy. Okay. I think that's it. Is that it for right now? I do need at least 1 more influence in this region. Oh. So I can at least try to grab some. So I can at least grab some of those victory points. But right now I'm getting crushed for victory point wise. Okay, let's do end of round. Let's do end of round cleanup. So this one's going to go away. These are going to slide on down. New one's going to come out. This one's going to go away. These all slide down. Last round is the last one. Ooh, 2 paw prints. That is 5 victory points. That is very nice. Those are done. Hippodrome, we have to evaluate. Now, we are on top, which means they got here first. So that means actually they claim the 3 victory points for this round. And this one's going to come in. So they get another bump up on that track. Fun, fun, fun. And now we are going to give them their contracts. Another building contract. A shipping contract. And they both move into they just scored themselves 26 points, which I should have focused on that a lot more. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I guess that's just the way that the egg rolls this time around. I guess I have to learn to play better. Okay, take back my guys, and I get all of these guys back as well. And we'll take back the Legionnaires, and we will proceed into the very last round of the game. Shuffle up the 8 tiles, and away we are going to go. Kind of give them a couple how do you do's here. Really hard shuffling really tiny tiles. Almost kind of like I need a draw bag or something. Okay, so there we go. So he is going to go in either. Ooh. I'm going to put him there. Yeah, I'm just going to put him there. That's going to be the place where we're going to get blocked. We're going to get blocked over there. That's fine. We're going to get blocked down there. That's fine too. Okay, good. Okay, let's make this worthwhile. Where am I going to get my victory points? Where are we going to get all these victory points? Let's take the... I'm going to come here. Let's take the petition action. This guy should have refreshed because it's a once per round. Let's take the petition action. So I'll exhaust them again. Get another one of these. It's a power of 2. So I will spend 2 influence to take the... My gosh, which one did I want to take again? I wanted to take the... Oh, this was spent. Either do I take the Hippodrome at power of 2, or do I take the... Yeah, you know what? Hippodrome at power of 2 would not be terrible. Okay, let's do... Or do I take this action, or do I take that action, or do I take these actions? Building action. Actually, taking a... building action power of 2, not bad actually. Well, because that can guarantee me some points over there. Actually, let's do that. Let's do a building action at power 2, which I will then take the... I'll spend a wood and a stone and a coin to grab that contract. So, and this is a power 2, which means I can then build that L shape in a region. And you know what? I will build the L shape right here, surrounding that tile. That gets me 2 coin. There we go. So I spent it. So I did a power 2 building action with my petition action. Refill those. And I get to take a power 1 sailing action And my power 1 sailing action is I'll spend 1 of each of these. Grab that. Sailing contract. And I'll move 1 space. Oh, I only have a power of 1, which means I can only move to that one because this needs a power of 2. Shoot. Oh, well. We'll go with that. Alrighty. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I'm not. Oh, I need 2 more building contracts to finish that one. And I need either 1 more player card or 1 more tile to complete that one. Yay. Okay. So I did my sailing action. I did my petition action. Let's block off some spots here. So we are going to go to this spot. It's filled, so they have to get a victory point. And then they'll also block off the top corner. Okay, let's... Oh, I guess shipping should have... Okay, that's actually not terrible for us either. Let's try... Oh, I can take that petition action. Oh, but I can only take the petition action at a power of 2 because I only have 2 influence to spend. That's unfortunate. Do I really start going heavy on the building? If I do 2 more builds, I can get it. Okay. In the hippodrome too, I need to maybe get a couple. I need to get some. And you know what? Yeah. Actually, I'm going to come up here. I'll take a power 1 trade action. Gets me this one. I've got no cards to spend. Let's grab ourselves some resources here, like another wine. Let's grab ourselves another stone. Let's grab ourselves another horse. Sure, let's do it that way. And then I'm going to take a power 3, but I can't get my, so I'm going to do 2. So I'll take a power 2 anything. You know what? I'm going to take a power 2 hippodrome action. So I'm going to go 1, 2, spend a horse head to do that. I get to take I don't have any tokens left, so I can now take influence. And you know what? I am going to spend 1 of my guys to go an extra spot here. I will spend another. Oh gosh, is it worth getting up there? Is it worth going that way? Actually, yeah, it is actually worth because we don't want to score them any extra victory points that they already are scoring. Let's go here. Okay, so that is that particular action. Let's go now with blocking off some spots, which is going to be up there and up there. So up here and over here. Last action of the game. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're already at this point. It's the last action of the game. And what am I going to try to do with it? Oh dear. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have went. Oh, and I didn't get that one. I should actually try to get that one right there. Probably should. Or grab myself some majority in some of these other things. Let's go with sailing action power 2. Yeah, sailing action power 2 could be worth it. That one's really not. That action's not really worth it. This one, it'd only be just to get the tile out so that I could get this. particular. Actually, that one's actually not bad either. Let's go with in the building. You know what? Yeah, let's go with this one right here. So we'll take this upgrade action at a power 1, so we'll get one those. You know what? I'm not gonna spend wine to increase my influence, but I will spend the wine to grab this tile down here, just to put it onto my board, just because that's going to be extra victory points at the end of the game. And then I am going to take the build action at a power of 1. And the build action that I will take is the spend the stone and I guess any other resource, which will be a wood. Put that there. And that's going to be a 2 blocker in the... I'll just go right there, kind of like that. And that, I believe, is all she wrote for the game. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I believe that is all. So let's refer to the back of the rule book here for the end of game. Oh boy. The end of game scoring. Here. So we're going to score points for sailing, which we did crud on. We score only 3 and 3. We score 6 victory points in total. Actually, wait, I should have actually spent... Actually, before we did this... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Oh, gosh. Oh, wait, I did the other. So that I did get this one. So I should have got that, which got me a influence and... ooh, that one's 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I should have also because I didn't get 6 of those. I did not get 6 of those, but I did get at least 2 of these. So I can put that one there, and that gets me a coin and a resource of my choosing, which I'll just do it like that. So there we go. I did do those ones. So, okay, so I did get only just 3 and 3. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points from there. They got 26 points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are all the way already up at 48. So not off to a strong start there. Building contracts. They managed to get how many points in building contracts? They scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They scored 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from their cards. We scored... not too shabby. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We scored 11 points. So up to 25 points. We're closing in a little bit here. Those were our contracts. Then we will do the zone majorities. So we did get the majority in this zone for 5 victory points. They had second for 3. We got the majority in this one for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got the second for 4. But they were all by themselves up here for another 7. So they're up to 69. Next, we are going to do the chariot tokens. Oh, we didn't assign the chariot tokens. I should have got this one this time around. For the last round, I was the head on that white track here. So I got another 9 points. So 10 would got me to 46. So 45 is 9. They got an extra 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are up to 75 points already. So we'll just go over here. Give them their 75-point marker. Hippodrome finishes. We didn't get to the very end of any of these. So that is unfortunate. Those were some points we left off on there. And this Hippodrome token is further along than me because they got to that spot first. They score an extra 5 points. But they don't score for those ones. Follower cards. I get 1 point for every 2 bumps I had on the Hippodrome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 6 points. Cool. I should have probably got a little few more follower cards here. Now my mosaic board. I am going to score some victory points here. I get 2 points for every one of these tokens. Because I did already grab my end of game. I did grab all these ones already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 3 points each. So that's another 9 points. So 67 minus 1. And this guy is worth 5 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Except for the Automa, he's going to score 10 victory points because each of these spots are open and they're worth 5 points each. So he's going to score another 10 points. Ugh. And then I get to convert my leftover resources. And my leftover resources are every 4 resources and combined with coins is 1 victory point. So there is 1 victory point. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more for another victory point. And then every 2. So I got for influence and workers, it's going to be, there's 1 victory point, 2 more victory points. So I got to 75. And that is the end of the game. We get walloped a grand total of 90 points to 75 points. Oof. Yeah, that's the easy difficulty. That's the easy difficulty. But I do know that I should have, for some odd reason, I should have focused way more on that shipping. I really should have. I should have been using petition actions to grab myself some extra shipping actions, as well as getting some of that trade to get those resources in. I know I probably should have done those. I probably should have went a little bit harder on some cards in the beginning because I actually didn't really focus on cards at all to get me some extra little bonuses along the way. So there we go. There's a game of Nova Roma. That is the solo mode. I am really enjoying this game overall. It is fantastic. I really do enjoy it. This solo mode is very challenging. Really should have focused on a few more other things, but hey, you only just get those 15 turns throughout the whole game. So you really got to make it worth your while. All right, folks. I think that is about it for us this evening. If you are stuck around this far, you can always put a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And of course, that notification bell is there if you want to get notified every time I go live on Tuesday nights and when videos every now and then come out for on this channel. All right. I don't see very many people out there in chat land or in the viewership land, so I'm going to wish everybody a happy night, a good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, whenever you decided to watch this little video. And as always, thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers and good night. There it is.